What's up? What's up? What's up, people? I hope you guys are doing pretty good. I'm personally doing fine. I've been learning how to be okay with the fact that life is not a race and it's a marathon. And it's something that I feels like everybody should at some point sit down and actually reflect on. Cause our everyday looks like everything's gotta be ready now. Everything gotta be done now, and there's no time to rest, no time to reflect on anything. But I feels like there is a deep time for reflection sometimes. It needs to be taken one way or another, and sometimes if it's not taken, it will just sit you down. So you actually take this time that is really needed for what we are talking about right now, which is reflection. Um, Coming back in the subject, if there was even a subject in the first place, I've came to realize that there is literally no need for me to race as all the time and try to get stuff done as fast as possible, as quick as possible, because ain't really the point. The point is being the best on whatever it is you got going on right now, and try to learn as much as possible and expand by trying to help people around you. I might need help, and you can generally help, right? Um, with all that studying that I've been doing, I am not gonna lie to you. Countless time I told to myself stuff like, I'm gonna study this, and then once I get, at work, so I'm gonna study this and this and this and that. I ain't gonna lie, I got days where I study way much more than I expected, and I also have days where I did not study at all. Well, I do study, but I what I did study does not equate to what it is I've planned earlier. And I ain't gonna lie, this can like take tolls on me sometimes when I do overthink about the fact that hey, this was a goal. This was something that was kind of expected but did not happen, and I try to take personal. But the thing is, when I do sit down and reflect about whatever it is that just happened or how I did not reach this specific goal, so I've came to realize that I was just overtiring myself at all always, and sometimes I just gotta stop. But I really want to know how to or when to stop beforehand though. I don't want to like plan something for myself and then stop just because I was tiring myself and then I didn't even know about it until I actually sat down and saw, hey, this is the reason why. And we have spring break right now. Spring break started yesterday. Well, I don't even know when, but I know this whole week is off. I don't have any school, and thank God for that. And I decided to work for the whole goddamn week. I really don't know why. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go to work now. I'm literally on my way to work, thinking about it. I'm like, why the fuck did I decide to work for like the whole goddamn week though? But I did it. I did it, and I gotta stay stick to it because I ain't calling out. And I just hope they cancel me some way somehow. But it feels like they ain't gonna cancel me because everybody should laugh for some unknown reason. So there's gonna be some I'll have to deal with. And I'm realizing right now, if I did, if I had not, pick up all them shifts, and I did take some times to reset one day, and then take 3 or 4 days out of this week off we have to study, I would have feel way much better about myself because I'd have probably study a lot. That's what I'm thinking. What? That's why I decided to work for them days. And right now, I gotta show up every day. I gotta show up to work every day and study in the meantime as well. And I've um had like a really hard time studying, which is crazy, and not really at the same time because working for 12 hours, you gotta go back home, which is half an hour, and then eat, relax, replenish, and then go back to work again. So you're really thinking about it, you're like, damn, man, no really know where you're expecting to study. But I do expect myself to study in some capacity, which I always end up doing. But I just want to study a little bit more. Ain't gonna lie though. I just want to study a little bit more because I feel like if I did study a little bit more, I'd have way much more free time. But at the same time, thinking about like there's no more. No more. Me studying more should be me working less. That's what I've came to realize, and that's what I'm gonna try to do for a month. Hopefully, I'm gonna stay stick to it. So I'm gonna spend like the upcoming month without picking up any extra overtime shift. My schedule's already off. I'm gonna be working on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll be off on Sunday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's technically like 3.5 or 4.5 days off that I'll have to, just do school and go do other things such as, going to the gym, work out and do stuff like this. So I'm excited for it though, because I really wanted to go back to the gym. So I think I somehow did got used to it and then stopped because, I was just being left and right and stuff. But oh no, we're gonna see. So I just need to get through this week, which technically tomorrow will be half of it done because it's gonna be on Wednesday. And there's a higher likelihood of me being canceled on Thursday. That's what I'm thinking. That's what myself is telling me. So I don't know. So if I actually do get canceled, I'll actually take this time to just like sit down, take a little nap, and then read for the whole day. Or maybe study a little bit more because I have not even read though. I'm bringing this book with me everywhere I go, and I'm not even reading it, which is a shame, honestly. Because why the heck am I bringing this book everywhere with me if I'm not reading it? I don't even know. But I'm bringing it with me though. So when it comes to studying, I did a lot of studying, believe it or not. Even I'm seeing like, oh my god, I ain't studying as much as I really want to. I did a lot of studying. I went to a lot of flashcards, and honestly, I'm kind of like seeing where I'm doing pretty great at and where I need to do a lot of reading to actually understand what the material is. And to be a little bit to give myself a little bit of grace, the things that I've studied so much are the things that I've seen as well on my studying with things that we did not even cover in class, but I'm studying them just in case. Because one thing that I find out about taking the HESI, which was the last time, was you don't necessarily only have materials that are covered, for your terms. You also have materials which are, from previous terms, and you also have materials from the upcoming terms. And I want to score as high as possible. And the only reason why I can, not the only reason why, the only reason how I see myself scoring high as possible is understanding the materials that we did, reviewing the materials that, we did for the past terms, and also kind of like brushing on the materials that we're going to be covering next. So I'm doing pretty good at that. I want to do it a little bit more faster because my speed right now is 20 minutes. I can go to 40, 45 questions. So I'm trying to do like 30 minutes, 50 questions, or 30 minutes, 100 questions. If I could do 100 questions in 30 minutes, so that would have been chef kiss. But I can do that now. I can barely do like 40, 45 questions in 30 minutes. And these are things that I generally do not know anything about. And it's kind of like I'm getting through. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But that I know for a fact is this section that I'm specifically going over right now for spring break. As soon as I will be done with this section, which is gonna be honestly before Monday. It's gonna be before school starts back again next week. As soon as I'll be done with this section, so I should be pretty much like straight for the upcoming HESI that we're gonna have, because everything or most of the things will be covered by the time that school comes back. But I also want to review skills and what it's called pharmacology too, because I want to cover all my bases and don't be like, oh my god, I don't know that. Because I really want to take this exam, sit down and really understand these questions and try my best, and don't be like, oh my god, I don't know what that is, kind of thing. Because I really don't like this feeling. But hey, that was my little rant for today. I tried to vlog. For some way, somehow, the videos doesn't want to I tried to share it with my laptop, but it's just not working for some unknown reason. I guess it's a sign for me to not focus on vlogging right now and just keep doing whatever it is I'm doing right now. So I hope you guys are doing pretty good. The weather has been not so great, but nobody cares about the weather because we're outside, honestly. So F the weather. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.